Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a GameReplays.org Heroes of Newerth cast. Today we do have the next round of Korok's crew. They have defeated Duskman Esports and moved on to the, I think this is the quarterfinals, I do believe, of the GameReplays.org Season Tournament 3. Tournament Season 3. I don't know why I keep getting that mixed up, but this is the fourth qualifier, and of course everyone here is trying to earn points for that all-important invitational with $3,000 on the line. So today their opponents will be, I believe it is Infused, Infused TT Esports. So they have been, a bunch of people that we have seen around today, and I do think that we have seen them in the previous GR tournaments as well as a few others around the place. The all-important Amingo and the all-fun Captain Boner. That's always such a fun name to say. So today I am the Four Court Jester. With me again is lukDeRiff. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing very well, and as you just said, we have Captain Boner here, and on the other side we have not Bill Gates. Yeah, we have Bill Gates as well. So some pretty awesome names in here, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this. We have seen EzPz, or known as Korok's crew, play in the last game, and they were very, very good. Defeated Duskman pretty convincingly. On the other high end, we have Infused Gaming, who are considered to be a very, very, very good team. So yeah, it should be a good should be a good game here.
All right, so let's just jump right into the bands, if you please, sir.
Well, we have coming Bombardier, Bubbles, Thunderbringer, Slither, Sandrave, Flint Beastwood, then Solstier, and the last man is being Meraxis. So we have again a lot of the strong nukers in the form of Thunderbringer, who's just pretty insane at the moment with spell shards. Then we have Bombardier, who's also pretty insane in general. Being banned, Solstier, because a lot of people don't like going up against him, or Infused. I don't know who banned him. That'd be pretty interesting. Who banned Solstier?
It was Infused Esports, yes.
Yeah, so they probably know that EzPz have a pretty strong Solstier player. Flint Beastwood, also one of the stronger trial lane carries. You know, that always opens you the option for running a trial lane. And I think Infused are quite known for running a Flint Beastwood, whereas Slither, because he's incredibly strong in the solo side lane. And many people don't like going up against him, so they ban him. And then we have Sandrave, who's just a hero, can take over the game all by himself. Then we have Meraxis, who is slightly borderline overpowered. He offers really strong initiation and lane presence and a lot of versatility. So yeah, that's about the bans. It's pretty interesting that Solstier and Flint Beastwood got a ban.
Yeah, Solstier and Flint Beastwood, they were two of the bigger heroes in the last game we did see with EzPz. But yeah, as you say, they're not going to be here, so we're just going to move straight on to the picks. And the picks have come out right now. We do have for the Legion, Pharaoh, Myrmidon, and Witchslayer. Witchslayer and Myrmidon have a good potential there to be some solid support heroes. Pharaoh, at this point, he's more known for going into the solo lane by himself. Not exactly a tri-laner, not exactly a mid, although I have been surprised before. Here on EzPz, this is a big surprise. Dr. Repulsor not getting banned. It is always a pleasure to see a great Dr. Repulsor player in and about the place. So we're going to be seeing him today with a Hellbringer. Some very strong counter initiation coming out of him in the form of Malphus. We have, again, the Behemoth here for EzPz. He did a really great job last game, setting up a lot of kills with that Fisher of his with help of the Myrmidon, and the quintessential support player of Glacius. He's going to be down here, at least right now, for Greg. So two, possibly three support heroes coming out. I would be very surprised if the Hellbringer went into the support lane. He's most likely going to be in that long solo, most likely up against a Pharaoh, and Dr. Repulsor going to be going mid. We're going to have to see who the Legion pick out here. It is going to be the Predator, so the Predator is going to be their tri-laning hero, most likely setting up here with the Myrmidon, the Witchslayer, and that will leave Aston L, who's an amazing Wretched Hag player, if I do recall, 13% on him. And oh man, this is going to be a fun matchup in the mid. Wretched Hag against that Dr. Repulsor. Who's going to be the last pick here for the Hellborn? Bill Gates has tentatively selected the Forsaken Archer, and likely that would be the Forsaken Archer tri-lane that we've seen popularized by teams such as the old Revi's team, which was Scrim? No.
Druids or UNZ.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you very much for that, sir. Not going to be seeing him. I don't know. We'll wait for Bill Gates to see what he wants to go. But what do you think of the team composition here for the Legion?
Ooh, sexy. They got themselves an Arachna in the end, so pretty interesting if they're gonna run the Arachna in the solo, which is definitely possible, and then run a triple support lane, or if they're gonna run the Arachna in the tri lane, which is also possible.
Nah, I don't know. I can't really see that happening very well. Most likely, the Hellbringer is gonna be the trifecta there with, as you said.
The slow potential that she has is pretty incredible, and it doesn't cost a lot of mana, and that's why I think they could do it. I'm not saying they do it, but they probably could do it. Very interesting. Also, the good thing is if you pick up a third support hero in the form of Hellbringer now is that it allows the Behemoth to take some weight of his shoulders and give him some time to farm out the portal key. And that's just definitely an incredibly powerful item on him. So I like the team quite a bit. It's got a lot of AoE potential. They got the carry and carry capabilities in the end. They have the initiation covered. They had very strong teamfight initiation actually. If Behemoth can get the portal key, but also with Dr. Repulsor and the Hellbringer. So that's going to be very interesting. But also like Infused Gaming's team, because they have the Pharaoh initiation going very well with a solo targeted Predator, because you know you can split teams in half and then you give Predator some time to work his way through the teams. Then of course SNL plays an amazing, as you said, Wretched Hack. He's a really good Wretched Hack player. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be very interesting how it turns out in the end.
Well, Predator is also, as you said, well known for that late game carry potential. He's also an anti-carry in terms of the Carnivorous that just starts tearing people apart after you get himself such items such as a Shield Breaker, Demonic Breastplate, maybe even a Heart of Behemoth or a Symbol of Rage. All very synergizing kind of items there on the Predator. Now, as we did mention Aston L, Wretched Hag. We have seen him before. He's going to go mid here with a Flash of Darkness as his first. And of course we do have Pharaoh Ice Skill here up top. Pharaoh is likely going to be going up against the tri-lane here, which is going to be Arachna, Glacius, and Behemoth. So it looks like you were very correct in that. That leaves us with a Hellbringer in the solo lane down south against their tri-lane. Now, likely both solos are going to get forced out of their lanes, but Hellbringer is going to try his best to get the 6 as quick as he can. That Malphus is a very key and crucial skill that they're going to want to get as soon as possible. But putting him in down here in the solo, I can't really imagine he's going to get it that quickly.
No, I don't think he'll be given pretty hard, especially by the extremely powerful dual sun combination in between Witchslayer and Myrmidon. They're gonna, yeah, you see it. They put down a lane ward immediately. That shows just that they want to play extremely aggressive. So,
have you noticed Pharaoh? He's not even going to bother with top lane anymore.
Yeah, it's like that's something you can do. Pharaoh is a mediocre jungler. You don't pick him for the jungle, but if you see like it's not gonna happen, it's just not gonna happen that you're gonna do something, then you jungle up probably to level 2 so you can get a level in the mummy wall, because you don't want to have a Behemoth running around the map that early on without having any troubles, because he's an incredibly powerful roamer. He can really put some hurt down bottom probably. In mid it's pretty safe because Wretched Hag obviously has a blink. So yeah, I can see it. Like with other mid heroes, I would be worried, but with Wretched Hag, you have a very safe solo mid, so you can definitely, have a Behemoth roaming around quite a bit with good warding. You should be able to spot him, and with a blink, especially on Wretched Hag, they should not be able to combo her down.
Oh, this is going to be some interesting lane combinations. It does look like Pharaoh's going to get a little bit confident. He's going to cross the river here. Either going to try to set up a gank here on Dr. Repulsor, who by himself is a fairly squishy hero. He does not have that escape mechanism until level 6, but he does have some disables to help him out in that regard. We will have Behemoth, though. He is going to find out Pharaoh. Pharaoh is going to ping down here for the mid. Wretched Hag did go in. Now he's going to get out, but we do have the Witchslayer coming up from the bottom as well. They really want this first blood on Repulsor. Does not seem to be going to be working out here. Behemoth now is going to be running away. So both, well, no deaths going down. Everyone coming down to really half life. Now, the lanes have now kind of turned into a fluid kind of lane. We do have Arachna tops free farming, and now Pharaoh does know that he can actually return to the lane and do a one-on-one. It will be a difficult one-on-one against an Arachna, but still a one-on-one nonetheless. They do want to be helping out their Hellbringer down bottom, which is exactly where Behemoth was going. He's going to block off the escape and the support here for Myrmidon and Predator, but not going to be making anything of it. So now we do have the triple support tri-lane down here, but they will be trying to support Hellbringer as much as they can, and that just leaves us back to a one-on-one here in the mid.
Yeah, what they do right now is let's look at Predator. Yeah, he's doing pretty good himself, but well, Predator always needs some kind of protection. He's not the strongest solo hero in the world, and you know he can be, you know, especially if the Behemoth starts roaming as he did right now. That could, you know, his supports couldn't leave the lane so easily. So very interesting what EzPz or Korok's crew decide to do is like give Arachna the edge that she really needs in the top lane to dominate the lane, and then just move your supports down there. However, Behemoth needs to watch out for himself.
Oh, not gonna get that Behemoth kill. Oh, so close. What is his hit points? 19. The Weed Field coming out there, but it will be a first blood going down on Myrmidon. He did get that Weed Field off, but it's just not gonna be enough for that first blood. So Myrmidon does go down as the first blood. Advantage now, easy peasy, as their Char lane has so far right now shown Predator and Witch Slayer what's up, and just so very close right there.
Yeah, so very well played. So yeah, and that's the benefit from a trial lane that you build or supports, is that they generally tend to be very strong in the early game, because that's when supports like have a strong edge over carries. And you know, especially with the Life Void, that increases the damage, like from the Fissure, the blast from glaciers and everything. That just increases the damage so much that it could be potentially very dangerous. So I like the move that Korok's crew have done. We'll see how it turns out in the long run, if Predator can still get the farm, because he's doing pretty well in the farm right now.
Yeah, just let's take a quick look here at the creep kills. 22 is going to be the top score of the game, simply because Arachna had a lot of free farm up there. She also has an impressive 14 denies, really doing a good job of keeping that Pharaoh, who had to resort to a jungle right off the bat and is now getting, you know, denied pretty decently heavy here. This Predator is being played by Amingo, and Amingo is well known for his skill in this game. He is going to be tied for second here, 18 creep kills, as well as Dr. Repulsor in the mid. Aston L only landing 7 creep kills so far. Not exactly doing her best in terms of farm, but if there's anything we do know about Wretched Hag players, it's that they can come back very easily in the mid to late game. It does look like we find some people here in the jungle. Glacius is going to be the target. No problem taking him down with that Weed Field. Captain Boner picking up that kill. The Myrmidon, he's going to just charge right up here. Going to try it for another kill here on the Hellbringer. Hellbringer is going to stand still, but it is going to allow the Weed Field to just hit him up. Behemoth is scared for his life right now. He is going to get out of that. No stun coming out of the Witch Slayer. He did not know he was there. So 2 kills in the bottom. That's going to be the first 2 kills here for Infused. Really turning the tables on this bottom lane. Did Behemoth actually just teleport to his tower?
Yeah, it's no way.
Well, I guess that's actually a smart move. I would have just panicked and went back to town. But no, he's going to stay in the lane. Unfortunately, the lane is just so far pushed right now. It's going to give Predator a lot of extra free farm, as everyone has to come back to the lane. Now, in terms of wards, no jungles have actually been warded as of right now. We did have a top ward here for the Hellborn. It's now expired. We do have another one down here by the bottom rune, as well as a Legion ward there as well. Speaking of bottom rune, Tablet of Haste looks like it's going to get picked up here by Dr. Repulsor, who does have himself a bottle, so that's going to be a good job for him. It's going to keep him a lot of lasting power against this Wretched Hag. No, in fact, he has level 6 right now. He's going to be using that to get right back up to...
Oh, Dr. Repulsor hasted. Ow, ow.
Yeah, he's going to use it to catch right up to the Witch Slayer, who got a good block off from the Behemoth, so he's going to go down. Pillows, poor Pillows. And now it looks like a jungle creep camp is going to be cleared into their favor. So 4 heroes down south picking off that Witch Slayer. Good coordination from Team EzPz. 2-2 is now the score.
Yeah, this is, I was just, as you said, because I was looking at something else, but as you said, like, oh, Dr. Repulsor is going to grab himself a rune. I was like, oh, shit, if that is haste, then he's going to get a go. You know, he's going to get a kill down there. And that's the problem. If you give Dr. Repulsor a haste relatively early on, he's extremely powerful. He can do, you know, pull off some ganks very easily, so... Yeah, he can do, but I find it very interesting how Arachna is actually dominating the lane at top. Like, look at her positioning. She's like bullying
Uh,
Pharaoh out of lane.
Well, yeah, she is doing a good job zoning him out of lane. Aston L is going to go down in the mid, but the revenge kill going down on Korok there. But Korok, importantly, did get the experience out of it, even though the gold swap did occur. But yes, up top, it is a very aggressive zoning technique right now being employed by Arachna, keeping Pharaoh out of his lane, out of her lane, so to speak. Bill Gates doing an excellent job there. But this is basically what they need to do. They need to win as many lanes as possible, simply because the lanes have been fluid. They want to keep their advantage. And right now it is slightly in their advantage in terms of experience and gold, but I mean it's still anybody's game. We're only, what, 8 minutes into this game. 3-3 is the score, but right now I would say, you know, at least two lanes being won out here by EzPz, the top and the mid.
Yeah, especially by a hero like Dr. Repulsor. You don't want him to win the lane because he can be so incredibly dominant in mid game, and yeah, that's just gonna backfire in the long run. And also,
sorry, I'm just taking a quick look at Pharaoh. He did get circle behind Bill Gates for a gank. I'm not too sure he didn't realize he did not have his ultimate. He popped those mummy walls way too early, and she's just gonna get clearing away out of that.
yeah, I don't think he would have killed her alone by himself, but yeah. But look at her creep score. She's got 55 creep kills, 8 minutes in. That's over 5 creep kills a minute. That's just not good. As they start killing each other in bottom again, Dr. Repulsor finally dies.
A little bit of overextension on his part. He really wanted that Myrmidon kill. Predator not going to be picking up that kill. It will be Aston L, not probably from the haunt, or at least an ultimate which applies the haunt. But a 2 for 0 exchange. Captain Boner, he did get himself out of that with something in and around the 20 hit point range. Just a little bit too greedy here on EzPz. So we do have a quick lead taken here by Infused Esports, 5-3. And this Pharaoh, he's getting a little bit more bolder up top, despite you know, Arachna having the level advantage. Again, the mummy's coming out, not going to be touching her. So a little, I don't know. I think it's just little things right now that is keeping this Pharaoh from really dominating this lane.
Yeah, it's difficult for Arachna because she's relatively squishy at this point because she has picked up no survivability items whatsoever. And she has a pretty low life. Pharaoh with a blush list that he most likely has. No, he isn't not quite yet got it, but his Torment is also incredibly cheap. You can just spam it pretty much whenever it's on cooldown. And that's a good thing about Pharaoh, you know. He can solo against a hero that's a lot higher than him because he can play so passive. He's got his Wall of Mummy in order to get out of sticky situations, and he can get last hits with Torment the Soul pretty easily, and all that on a very low mana cost and a very little requirement, which is why he's so good in the long lane and in solo.
Well, this might be a kill. If Aston L continues coming up top, we do have the Pharaoh ultimate ready to go. Now, another thing keeping Pharaoh from really doing a lot of damage to this Arachna. Arachna has herself Ghost Marchers. We only have regular Marchers here on Pharaoh. It does not look like Aston L wants to come up top at all. So he is now actually going to cycle back at least to the mid for now, but there is a behemoth waiting in the trees. They might try to do a Fisher combination with Dr. Repulsor, but with that Flash of Darkness, it's very hard to, unless you're going to chain CC the Wretched Hag, it's very hard to land a kill on her, but she is also very squishy. 700 hit points at this stage in the game, about the same as Dr. Repulsor. Neither of them, you know, super tanky. Heroes, I don't know how they know this, but Behemoth has been found. There was a ping that went down, and now he's all alone, and just look at the hit points, just so low. He is finally going to go down. Did not expect him actually to survive that combination. We do have Pharaoh here now in the mid. Is he going to get off the ultimate? Is he? They did set it up. They did get up the stun. I don't know what Pharaoh's doing, but it does not look like he's going to go down anytime. There he goes. He finally gets it off, but not enough. Just not quick enough. I guess it was on cooldown. I wasn't exactly watching.
No, it wasn't. He was waiting.
Such a wasted opportunity right there. Unfortunate for Infused.
Yeah, it is very hard to get Dr. Repulsor at this point. So, yeah, I can see, but he was probably waiting for the right opportunity. But yeah, he's too hard to catch at this point.
Might be the first tower kill up here. Arachna's left to free farm. A Snot Rocket coming out of Pharaoh, but he's nowhere near, and I think she knows it. And the tower, Glyph coming out. Glyph coming out. Homecoming Stone coming out. She's going to grab the tower. She is going to grab the killer.
She's going to die.
Yeah, she's going to pay for it with her life. So all that extra gold now lost. Great defensive play here from Infused.
Yeah, that is how you use a Glyph. It's just, you know, for proper defense. I've seen so often that people just, you know, if you don't want to defend, then it's such a long cooldown on the Glyph that you don't want to waste it. Very nicely played there. They lost the tower because they were a couple of seconds delayed, but Arachna was a bit greedy. I'm not sure whether it was really worth it, but yeah, it's gonna reduce the goal quite a bit. Yeah.
Now, in terms of advantage right now, we do have an experience advantage, and the gold is basically, you know, negligible at this point. 60 gold, as I'm saying it right now. But Infused does have an experience advantage. It's really showing in the levels. I mean, right now we still have a level 4 Behemoth and a level 4 Glacius, even a level 5 Hellbringer. I mean, 13 minutes into the game, he's still not level 6. I mean, that's mostly due that one death, always sharing, you know, at least a dual, try, or sometimes even quad lane, as we've seen some ganks go down. But right now, I mean, the minimum level on Infused is going to be Pillows on that Witch Slayer, and even he's level 6. So right now, a good advantage to them, and furthering that advantage is another kill on this Arachna up top. Snot Rocket going down. Behemoth trying to do a Fisher. Dr. Pulsar is going to do some scouting. He's going to find that Predator. Predator does not have his Stonehide up. This might be actually a kill on him, but not without taking Repulsor. Then again, Repulsor, no, he's going to go down to a Snot Rocket. We do have Glacius now, very low. Predator is just using his Carnivorous to stay alive so very long. He is eventually going to go down to the Hellbringer, but that was a lot to pay for a Hellbringer. Body blocking coming out of with the Myrmidon, and a great Mummy Wall onto this Hellbringer. I'm not too sure that it's going to actually work out, though. The tower kill is going to grab him, not going to get denied.
Oh, yeah, so close. But yeah, that was just... the key was that they were not able to focus Predator down, which could also be down to the Whispering Helm he picked up, which is a rather odd choice, to be honest. But it helped him there a lot because he was able to stay in there so long.
Yeah, but that was a quick early genocide. Good job to Infuse, but Myrmidon overplaying a little bit. Arachna just comes over, uses her ultimate, and Captain Boner is off to the grave. So a little bit of a revenge there, but a 13-minute genocide. Very well played there by Amingo on that Predator.
Yeah, Infused Gaming, you can see they're top-notch players. And while Korok's crew, I don't know, you know, I have not heard of them, so they might not play. They might have not.
They've been around for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, really? Yeah, but I have not heard so much from them. But I think they're really talented players.
We've done Captain Boner games before because we always have fun just saying Captain Boner over and over. Captain Boner, Captain Boner, Captain Boner.
No, but he's played for several teams, so it's not the first time he's played for. But yeah, it's just pretty.
Oh no, wait, I was talking about Infused. Duh. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, EzPz, they're probably just a new formed team, and they're not quite there with the communication and everything. So I think they have room to improve, but. What Infused are showing that they are really, really strong at the moment, and that they really, you know, that this one time where they beat Evil Geniuses and they made it to the finals and posed a real threat to MSI was not just a one-time wonder. It's really like they're consistently pulling off great games, and you can see it here. Even though they had a pretty huge disadvantage in the beginning in terms of mid and top lane, they still pulled it off to have a nice advantage right now, to be honest.
Well, yeah, Infused is sitting on, you know, a much further experience lead after that genocide. 4,500 experience, 4,600 or so. It does look like people are gathering here in the mid. This defense tower on the Hellborn side is actually sitting pretty low. The defense tower on the Legion is pretty good. We do have Pharaoh using his ultimate right onto the Behemoth. They want to take him down. He's still not level 6, and neither is this Glacius. He's only level 4. Hellbringer does have a Malphus, but no, it's on cooldown, and that's just going to be havoc right now. Predator is getting slowed right now, getting kited by this Arachna, but it is a 2-for-2 exchange at this point. Glacius is going to be trying to make something here of the Witch Slayer, but Predator is going to come right back in, slow him down with that leap of his. Now Arachna looks like he's going to pick up the kill there on the Witch Slayer. She's going to try kiting this Predator as much as she can. The Weed Field actually going to be missing this Arachnid. She did see that Myrmidon right there and just stopped in her tracks. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough to escape this Predator. Predator is sitting very nice right now at 6-1-4 with 300 gold a minute, top of his game. Actually, that's a lie. Top of the gold per minute game is going to be that Arachna, but he's a very close second.
Yeah, he's very close second, and if you compare like what Predator can do with Farm and what Arachna can do with Farm, Predator is definitely the hero that has a lot more capabilities to deal a lot more damage. But what's really nice is that when Predator doesn't have a Stone Knight, Arachna can kite him extremely well, and you can see that in that particular. So that might really come into play later on in the game. The longer this game progresses, and if Arachna can successfully kite him, that will be just huge.
Yeah, the kiting capabilities of a good Arachna player, especially later on if you can combo that down with a Frostwolf Skull. It's almost like you're crawling after her. And she does have herself Ghost Marches, wants to be very mobile this game. I will say that EzPz did defend their mid tower. It is still alive, so that is a plus in their books. Finally, I mean, Hellbringer, he did have a Malphus, but he did not have the cooldown ready for that fight. It might have been a very different fight if we did have a Malphus come out there for the counter initiation. But right now, I mean, talking a little bit about Arachna and Predator, right now Predator is a lot more involved in the game as opposed to Bill Gates here playing the Arachna. 3-3 for Bill Gates, whereas it's 6-1-4 for Mingo. So 10 of the 16 kills he's been a part of, whereas only it's been 6 for Arachna. So yeah, I mean, right now he's definitely making a much bigger impact on the game.
Yeah, and I think that's what Infus like about Predator, because they pick him quite frequently, is that you get one bigger item on him, like in an Notarius or Whispering Helmet in this particular case, and he can do a lot. He deals quite a lot of damage. His skill set allows him to survive quite long, and his ultimate is also very handy. You know, attack speed buff for 4.5 seconds. That's just a lot if you just want to focus down one particular hero, and he offers a lot. He can participate in fights really early.
Not too sure about that decision, but the Malphus comes down on top of Aston L's head, following up with a Fissure with the Behemoth. They do get her down, but I mean, Malphus is now out and about, and that's going to be another 150 seconds until that Malphus can come out again. I'm not too sure I agree with the whole using it right there for one hero, but at the same time, this will afford them a lot of pressure down here on the South Tower. The Legion team is going to be amassing down here for some defense. Predator is going to be at the head of the pack. Is Malphus only going to last? I actually can't tell how long he's going to last, but it does seem that we do know he's down and out. Witch Slayer, he goes down, but I think he did get his Silver Bullet off as well. Predator's looking very healthy right now. He's going to be trying to chase down this Hellbringer as well as this Behemoth. They're kind of painting themselves into a corner. Myrmidon misses the Weed Field. He does get Malphus, but that's actually not his primary target. The Magikarp going to come out on the Hellbringer. A little bit of a stun here on the Predator. It does not look like Pharaoh's going to be getting out of this, but Aston L is alive and kicking. Repulsor is, he's going to get jump over there right into the Weed Field, so going to be picking himself up a double tap before he goes down, and Arachna is wrecking faces, and that's going to be a 5-on-4 exchange. I don't know. It depends if this Wretched Hag can survive another 3 seconds before that cooldown. Arachna's going to find her. No, maybe not. Going to check the corner, check the corner, check the corner. Flash of Darkness getting out of that. Too bad coming out on the screen. So a 4-for-4 exchange after all that. That was quite the fight, sir.
That was quite the fight. It looked like they had the upper hand. You could see that Predator was not too afraid to do anything. That did. That was quick, to say the least. Arachna was like, boom,
I have to amend then. I guess I thought I heard the Silver Bullet go off before Witch Slayer died. It turns out he had it ready to go on that Arachna, just chained her down with Wretched Hag. Wow. So 5v4 was that exchange after all.
Yeah, and yeah, I definitely agree with you. The Hellbringer ultimate is a very precious tool that you want to hold on to and use it in the right moments, and killing it for one hero is it is such a long cooldown. It's incredibly long. Like, at this moment, it's 165 seconds, at nearly 3 minutes. and you know, and he's such a, if you pick Hellbringer, his impact in a team fight can be absolutely like nearly, you know, a well-placed Malphus can basically turn a team fight around. But with the huge cooldown that he has, you don't want to waste it on a gank, at least not for one person, and that's what basically happened. And you know, again, like, what would this team fight have looked like if Malphus would have been, you know, involved, like really involved?
Yeah, it would have definitely turned the tides a little bit. Could have been a genocide for EzPz instead of on EzPz. But maybe next time we will see that come out. I mean, that's 2 team fights in a row now that Malphus has not been able to come out to play. He had to stay inside, eat his vegetables, so to speak. But, I mean, we are hitting the 20-minute mark. We do have a little bit of a gank going on down south on this Hellbringer. And he does have Malphus up. Hoping he's not going to use it again. Looks like he'll be all right this round. People are going to be backing off. But as I said, 22 minutes into this game, Luke, do we have any big item pickups right now?
Well, as far as I know, Ragnar has finished her Geometer's Bane, as the Legion are gearing up for a push. And Hellbringer, wait, hold on.
Okay, I'm holding on.
Wait, no, it's like Hellbringer, don't use Malphus just now. Okay. There you go. There you see Malphus. Oh, that was very nice. They get Predator right in the beginning. That's pretty huge. And you know, that's just it. I don't think that very much more. Oh.
Alright, well, Witch Slayer, he's going to try to get that Graveyard Stun off, but a good expert evasion there from Arachna. That's going to lead into the Fisher. The Mummy Walls came out, but I'm not too sure it's actually going to help him right now. Pharaoh, he's sitting on a half health, but he does have a lot of people coming out behind him. Aston L picks up another kill, but it does look like Myrmidon's going to go down, and right now it is Pharaoh just kind of trapped in his own tower, so to speak, and it's going to be him going down as well. Aston L is the only one surviving out of that, and as we did say, Malphus coming out to play on that gang definitely was a very good counter initiation right there. And as you did say, they did focus down the Predator. Amingo, he went down almost without a fight, and that really made a big difference on that fight. EzPz easily taking that one.
That was a nice Malphus. Big shoutouts to Gang. That was, you know, he didn't use this when Predator tried to initiate on them. He just, you know, held on to it as long as he, you know, and popped it right in the right moment, stunning 4 people. And you know, people underestimate it. They say it's like a 1-second stun, but also Malphus himself is extremely powerful if in the middle of a team fight. So I definitely think that assisted them in that particular situation, as well as that Arachna's finisher Geometer's Bane. That is pretty huge. And that gives her a lot of DPS at this point. I think Arachna's, like, a lot of people just don't think it, but she's level 15 and she deals already 184 damage on 1.1 attacks per second. That's pretty strong at this point.
Indeed, sir. Yeah, Dr. Repulsor, he went and bought himself a Blessed Orb from the side shop immediately after that fight. So he's going to be picking himself up a Nullstone to go with his Geometer's Bane that Arachna has picked up. So those are going to be 2 big items for them. And Dr. Repulsor, very confident after that fight, going to find this Myrmidon and going to be trying to chain CC him down. But in comes Pharaoh on his ultimate. Dr. Repulsor's now within the Mummy Wall, but I'm not too sure it's going to be enough. A lot of CC coming out, however. Dr. Repulsor going to be going down. Pharaoh is actually alive and well, at least for now, but Predator jumped onto somebody, but it didn't actually work. I'm not too sure what happened there. No, he did jump successfully, finally taking down that Hellbringer. Hellbringer, I don't think he had an ultimate. Nah, he didn't have Malphus anyway, so, I mean, yeah.
It's such a long cooldown. As I said, it's 3.5 minutes, so especially in late game, it's really bad if you have like cooldowns with such a long cooldown, because you can't use them. They are so reliant on those cooldowns, and you know, and the team Infus are just coming back because they know without the Malphus they are not such a huge threat, and they can do it. Also, considering that Arachna was at top, they knew that they had the definite advantage at that point, so they just went in and grabbed themselves 2 very easy kills.
And a tower. Yeah.
And a tower. And that's just, you know, you take something, but you don't pay anything for it, and that's just the best you can have. Because
that's against the law, sir.
Yeah. Did they take the top tower, or was it down before? Did Arachna get
down? Top tower's been down for ages, but this bottom tower, Legion creeps have just pushed it up, so that's a little bit of extra gold now into the Legion's pocket. They have swung the pendulum back into their favor. Experience and gold are coming up green here for the Legion. It was red after that very close genocide, but Yeah, right now, I mean, they focused down the Dr. Repulsor after the Myrmidon took such a beating, and he did, in fact, live, most likely due to the fact that, I mean, he has such great defensive items right now. Steam Boots of Strength, a Bracers, a Major Totem, a Ring of the Teacher. That's a good amount of extra hit points and armor, so he was able to survive the nuking, and that just, you know, after blowing off so many skills, it just really brought Infused Esports to the scene, and they're like, well, we'll just kill him, yeah.
Yeah, that's just it. Very interesting. Behemoth has picked up his portal key. It's respectable time. And that's gonna help. Yeah, that's okay-ish. You know, I don't know, but Behemoth, like me as well, I always struggle. I think that's just a big step when you get your portal key, because I always feel very relieved, and when I get it finally. But
wrong side of that Fisher, but it's not going to matter as Korok comes in, cleans that up, no problem. Behemoth, I mean, he hid very expertly there in that little indent into the forest, so Wishler had no idea he was there whatsoever. So showing off the power of that portal key. Now, I was just looking at Behemoth before that fight. He was, he's about 150, 160 gold a minute, so he's not exactly motoring through the gold, but I mean, he is finally picking up that portal key. We're probably going to see a lot more coming out of him in terms of assists in the future.
Yeah, it's going to help him a lot in terms of initiation, especially with a Malphus. The Malphus is extremely good if you want to follow it up with Blink initiation. Oh, Glacius, that was quick. That was extremely quick. Oh no, Malphus. Oh, I'm not sure whether that was the best choice.
Well, they were able to kill the Hag, and that's...
They were able to kill the Hag.
Hag is one of the two big heroes here on the Legion, so now they're probably most likely going to be using him to push this defensive tower, at least. I mean, two heroes were just killed on the Legion side, that Witch Slayer down south, and now Aston L, so...
Oh, look at Predator's inventory. Like, he's got himself in insanity areas, so he's going to be incredibly hard to kill right now.
And let's see how incredibly hard he is to kill. Dr. Repulsor, he's still alive in here, but Behemoth, he goes down really quickly. I'm not too sure he actually even hurt a Mingo, because Mingo did pop that stone hide of his. It looks like Dr. Repulsor is going to go one-on-one against Myrmidon. Myrmidon is going to be weedy fielding, but he's not going to be getting that. But Mingo easily taking down Behemoth. As I said, Bill Gates, he's not part of this fight. That Arachna is actually over pushing top lane. So that was a 2-for-2 exchange with a dead top tower for the Legion. So they did actually not come out ahead of that.
Yeah, they did. However, they got the kills again, and again it was like a situation. They knew that Arachna was there. They knew that the ultimate was blown, and like the Hellbringer ultimate was blown for the kill on Hag, which is pretty important. But at this point, like Wretched Hag, she puts out a lot of AoE damage, so it's fair enough. But like, look at the Predator. He's dealing so much damage. It was like he's got the Converse lifesteal. He's got everything, and now he's even got a friggin' shrunken head. So they can't change CC him for crap. So he's just gonna jump around there like a little child and just kill stuff and be happy about his life.
Probably going to be popping the stone hide and then the shrunken head and then the stone hide again. That's going to be a lot of uncontrollable
15 seconds.
Yeah, that's going to be a long time for him to just wreak havoc here against Team EzPz. But right now the score is 27-22 in favor of Infused. This is just going back and forth pretty wildly here. They have the advantage at this moment, 3,000 experience. Gold is basically dead even at this point, but levels do not lie. We have level 18 Bill Gates on Arachna. She's done pretty good, 6-4-2, so she's been involved in 8 of the kills, but she has also pushed down this top lane basically by herself. Now, Mingo's been doing a lot more roaming. He hasn't really stayed put in his bottom lane, but he's been part of 15 kills with a score of 936. So a little bit more involved, but at the same time, towers don't lie. It does look like a gank in the middle, goes down on the Witch Slayer. Now, Aston L, you probably should get out of there. Otherwise, you might get comboed down here. Dr. Repulsor wants to make something of it, but the ultimate going right down on top of him, using an AoE ult just on him. I don't think... Where did Aston L go? Yeah, he's going to be alright, and everyone's just going to back off after a little blow trading there.
Yeah, this, again, like, they can't... they could see that the damage from Arachna at this point is pretty respectable. She's got her shrunken head as well, so that's going to help her survive in those team fights. Probably was waiting for exactly that. And now they tried to do something nice ultimate by him there. Oh my god.
Yeah, Malphus coming out on top of Predator, but Predator's, I don't know, this Shrunken Head doesn't seem to be helping him that much. He's still alive, but no, he does go down. It looks like there was a taunt going down, but somebody got humiliated. Down goes that Behemoth hiding up there in the forest to Aston L. That Haunt is a very powerful weapon, but Pharaoh will be joining, who is a Predator, in the deathbed. So they got the tower. They only were able to take down Behemoth, though. Is it me? Did Hellbringer seem super tanky right there?
Yeah, it was, but I suppose what's happened was he had his, I didn't quite pay attention because the fight was dragging out a bit, but he had his life void on, so he was regenerating life while while they tried to DPS him down, and then Malphus was hitting on him, and he's also got like a plate mail, so he's pretty tanky at this point in terms of against physical damage.
Yeah, he is definitely a very hard character to kill at this point. Between the Life Void, Plate Mail, Ring of the Teacher, and Shaman's Headdress, he is, you know, pretty beefy at this point. I mean, if we just saw Witch Slayer, you know, run into all three of them, he just blew everything he could on top of Hellbringer, and he still didn't die. So, poor Pillows. He's not having the best game. 288 is his score. As long as your assists and kills combined is greater than your deaths, and, you know, you're doing an A-OK job to me as a support player, but I just really got a feel for him running him to Dark Alley in the forest there.
Yeah, it is not very favorable, and yeah, it's just when Arachna can position herself, I don't think she'll go for the Frostwall Skull at this point, because it won't help her kite the Predator around, because he's got such a long downtime on his such a long, you know, magic immunity time. So I think what she will go for is like straight damage, like pick up some or something straight survivability. Ooh, Behemoth.
And the skill shot taking him down. So again, you know, Aston L is going to be throwing everything she can on top of that Behemoth, trying to get a bit of an advantage. It's going to be a 4v5 if Team EzPz really wants to come down here and interrupt this Congor kill, which they do seem to want. Arachna, I mean, she's looking very powerful right now. She has herself some Rift Shards as well as that Geometer's Bane. And Congor is going to be living another day at this point. It does look like Myrmidon, he's doing some scouting, trying to find out which one is the real Arachna, and they just found her as well. Predator's going to be popping his Shrunken Head and going to be trying to catch that Arachna, but right now, Korok, I mean, this is the reason you see Dr. Repulsor banned a lot. He has such mobility, and he's doing so much damage. Predator is just really trying to bring down this Hellbringer, but Malphus was able to come out before they could focus him down. Definitely a very tanky hero. That was a really good leap there from Predator. He's going to be able to take down Arachna, and now Dr. Repulsor needs to get out of there and jumping right over those mummies. Good job on his part, but Aston L might be able to catch him with one more flash of darkness right now on top of him. Smackdown going down. So that was a 5-for-2 hero exchange, simply because that Behemoth, he did die beforehand. He might actually die again right now. He's looking around for Predator with the help of Malphus. Yes! Yes! That was amazing.
You must feel so good right now. Like Predator even activated his Incendiaries, took away so much health from himself, and he was just like, screw it, I'm just gonna kill him, and he did. That was a good job. I mean, I think it was worth it, definitely. But yeah, in that fight, you could just see that Predator was just, you know, he was running around and killing people, and they couldn't really do anything about it.
Aston L just jumping right out of the stun from Behemoth, picks up a Glacius kill, and then teleports right back to town. I think that was the Miss Pudding pack I heard going off right there. But Wretched Hay, I mean, with the Nullstone right now, she's playing really well. Aston L, I mean, had nothing less than expectations out of him. But that is going to put us now at a score of 34-29. Still an experience advantage here to Infused, but the game is so very close at this point in terms of experience and gold. It's still anyone's game.
I think it will come down a lot to Congor. Infused tried to do him before, and yeah, but the problem is, okay, they can do it right now because they got another 50-60 seconds on the Behemoth ultimate, but I don't know if you've ever seen it, but if you know, that's one of the most common spots to land some amazing Behemoth ultimates is in the Congor pit, because they're all clumped up in there trying to get the Congor as fast as possible. Dropping a Behemoth ult right on top of that is pretty devastating and can set your team up extremely well, especially with a Malphus follow-up. So yeah, I think Infused really needs something to get a pick on either Yeah, on Behemoth, not on Behemoth right now, but on Maphos, even though Maphos still on cooldown with 28 seconds. But they need to get a pick on Behemoth and probably on Hellbringer as well. They bump both, and then they can do Malphus, but right now it's really, really dangerous for them. Especially with the wards from the Hellborn being placed there, so they probably see when they go in.
Yeah, there are. I have been focusing a little bit of the wards here on the camera. So we do have a multitude of wards in and around the spot. Aston L, Wretched Hag up here, has a shield from a Gnome's Wisdom. Who has the Gnome's Wisdom? Is it Myrmidon? Myrmidon has the Gnome's Wisdom. So that's a fun support item pickup with him. We do have no new items, I don't think, on Predator, but just taking out everyone else. Aston L, another Blessed Orb to go with that Nullstone, maybe a Frostwolf, or yeah, I can only assume a Frostwolf at this point.
A Frostwolf skull is just...
Oh, could be a Coldress. Could be a Coldress.
Oh yeah. Oh, how could I forget that? I always forget items. It's so bad. It's almost likely going to be a Coldress Sheepstick because it's so extremely powerful against Dr. Repulsor. Because the cast time on it is like pretty non-existent. If they can get it off, you know, if they can get off like one target, single target disable on him, and they have plenty. They have plenty of single target spells like Myrmidon's Carp is extremely cheap, extremely low cooldown. Just blow that on him, cheap him, and then change CC them.
Ooh, that was really well played there by Aston L. They do have a ward here at the shop, and that's going to be the initiation. Out comes the Malphus on top of the Predator, but it's not going to really make too much of a difference. Still, Predator is running around after this Hellborn, but 3 quick deaths here on the Hellborn, and now Dr. Repulsor, he's out of mana, and he's just going to get chased down right now by this Wretched Hag, as well as this Predator. I think she's going to let... Nope, not going to let Predator pick up that kill. I was just wondering if she's going to play nice. Hellbringer, I mean, he is extremely tanky right now. He's the only hero left alive, but that's going to be cleaned up. That's going to be the genocide here for Infuse Esports. But you did see the whole big initiation there with that Behemoth. I mean, Aston L just completely ran right around her, but with this Ward of Sight right there, was able to see that he just walked out of that forest, and even missing the stun on him, he went down with no ultimate to use in that fight. Really well played there by Infused Esports.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting if they now try to go for the Congor. I mean, Predator can definitely solo him at this point. So, and with 3 heroes down, I think there's no reason not for them to do it. Especially, oh yeah, with the creep wave pushing, they're definitely going to get the Congor. So this fight is not only... Oh no? Oh, he's going to go out there. Oh, it seems like he's not going to solo him. That's good, because otherwise that would have been... otherwise it would have been really, really bad for Korok's crew. Because a team fight where you lose and you lose the Congor immediately after that, it hurts you twice, and it's just so annoying. So at least it didn't get the Congor. That's the one good thing about it. But getting the Behemoth out of the fight again, well, before the fight happened, it's just a huge thing. It's just so big at that point. And his ultimate is so powerful in team fights that you don't want to have it there, and if you don't have it there, that gives your team a real big advantage. It's not like you take out Glaciers. That's not, like, that's also good, but that's not, like, a huge advantage.
Nah, taking out a Glacius is just akin to, what, getting a treat at the end of your meal. I mean, it's nothing huge. You can easily go without it. And if it's the only thing you get, well, it's kind of insubstantial. But
as long as he doesn't hit an amazing ultimate, you completely ignore him, and he gets an annihilation, but that hardly ever happens. However, we see Predator finally controlling some creeps with his Whispering Helm, getting the Frost Armor, which is extremely good, especially if Arachna attacks him, because I think the Frost Armor... Yes. No, it does not. What is the Icy Cold debuff? I can't remember. Is it also an attack speed debuff?
I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a movement, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, because that's it. I'm not entirely sure, but that's a good thing about the
40-second duration on that. Wow.
Yeah, it's S2 did a good job at properly overpowering that. But you know, it is really powerful. And if you have a Hammer of the Black Legion, in late game you should definitely get one of those. Get one of those Frost Augurs. It's so good. It requires some micromanagement, but you should be able to do it.
This is hardly a game of huge micromanagement.
Yeah, but I'm a lazy. I don't know. In HoN, I tend to be very lazy when it comes to microing. So yeah, I don't know. A lot of people don't want to do it.
We do have a Wolf Commander also now telepathically taken over here by Predator, and I mean that's going to be a 30% base damage increase for him. He's going to be hitting like a truck, especially if he can pick up a nice shield breaker. That would be like icing on the top at this point. Oh, what happened up top? It does look like Heg was trioed down. It does look like Repulsor's really hurt. Might have just been a distraction, to keep them off Congor's back, so to speak. We do have Arachna and Glacier is going to be coming into position, but Predator, he has himself a nice new token of life. So a mission accomplished, even though Aston L did die out of that. I was not looking at all up top. Did you catch any of that?
Yeah, he basically tried to solo gang Dr. Repulsor. Dr. Repulsor made a huge, a very long range ultimate, and then he had to support from Behemoth there, and they comboed him down. They called him SNL down. But the good thing is they got the token, and if you like 1 kill on Wretched Hag, in comparison to the token, it is definitely worth it. At least in my opinion, especially on the Predator, which is such a powerful hero right now. He's got 4k gold, so he's probably saving. I don't know if he already saves the buybacks, but he could, and he'll just stack that up and later on get another item if he knows that he can buy back and buy another item.
Speaking of buying items, what is Dr. Repulsor going to be buying? He's not too sure. Oh, he's going to pick himself up a mana tube to go with an acolyte staff. Is that? I believe that's a sheep stick.
Yeah,
could be a Coulter's. I'm really
Coulter's
hoping it's a sheep stick. I'm blanking right now. Oh yeah, we have a store in this game, right? Let's go to the store.
Well, anyways, Wretched Hag has her sheep stick finished at this point, which is really good for her.
Yep, sheep stick.
It's gonna help them. Yeah, it's gonna help them a lot against the Dr. Repulsor.
Well, any more kind of CC is always a good thing. Yeah, he has it finished. Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, especially against the Dr. Repulsor. It's such a strong item against him. Because normally, you can... With Dr. Repulsor with abilities with travel time or, which you can disjoint, he's so likely going to do that, especially against good Dr. Repulsor players, and I think Korok is a good Dr. Repulsor player.
Let's see, 14, 7, 8. Yeah, I'd say he's doing all right.
Yeah, and yeah, he's doing all right, and so you definitely want, you want this no cast time. You want that immediate disable to start off the chain disable, and that's why it's so good.
And this might be a little bit of a mistake. The Ice Ogre is up top from a Mingo, but there is an Arachna very close. I guess she didn't see it. Blue did a ping, so that was
yeah. Very interestingly, she picked herself up some Rift Shards. So
she's had them for a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So she doesn't go for the Frostwall Skull because she knows that she's not able to kite.
I wasn't expecting a Frostwall Skull.
yeah. No, I'm just saying she didn't pick it up because she was not. She knows that she's not able to kite Prayer. So they need to focus him down. And Rift Shards, hands down, is probably the best DPS item in HoN. When it comes to the late game, because it scales so extremely well with the rest of your damage, as well as she gets a Whispering Helm to ensure some survivability for herself.
Well, yeah. I mean, okay, we got a Malphus going down. We do have Predator. He's getting extremely slowed, even through all of his armor. He's just dropping really quickly right now. The images are doing a good job of staying alive, but of course he does have that token alive. He's right back in the action. Does look like Aston L has bit the bullet. Now, Behemoth, he had himself a Void Talisman. It didn't seem to keep him alive in this fight, and right now it is a 3-for-3 exchange. Myrmidon going down, a Humiliation going down. Dr. Pulsar's going to try his best here against this Predator, but we do have some help here with the Witch Slayer, who is actually maybe going to be paying with his life here. He is going to be paying with his life. And now it's just poor Amingo up against both Repulsor and Hellbringer. Nope, he's just going to try to get right out of that. He knows that he's just going to get infinitely kited and ping-pong between both of them. But we're talking about Dr. Repulsor. This is exactly why he's banned. Picks up a hat trick. He's so very tanky right now. Which is, in terms of, Null Stone, he does have himself, a Coulter Sheep Stick, and of course, he can just jump in and around the place with his ultimate. So, yeah, he actually survives that, and it's a 3-for-4 exchange in favor of EzPz.
Yeah, it is an extremely close game at this point. EzPz slightly going ahead, and if you did look out, Arachna was doing so much damage in that fight. She's just like, okay, that's Predator. I'm just gonna focus Predator, and then you could see his health bar dropping like very fast. So I think she can. The Rifters pickup is definitely gonna pay off.
Check out Amingo. He just picked up a new item.
Oh, Damn.
Demonic
So
breastplate.
he was like, okay, I'm not doing enough damage, so I'm gonna get myself some more damage. And that demonic breastplate is such a lush item. I love it. Unfair. It's so good.
It's also 15 physical armor, which is what he needs right now up against this Arachna.
Yeah. It's so much armor and so much attack speed, so it's just so suited for any melee strength carry. And look, he's gonna attack at 1.5 attacks per second, hit him for 200, and also, you know, not even having the Insanitarius on, which also gives him attack. Oh my god, he's gonna deal so much damage. But I think in the pure DPS apartment, he's not gonna be able to hold up with Arachna. Arachna deals more damage than him, but his overall, like, let's say, impact is gonna be higher, I think.
Just taking a quick look at other items around the place. I did want to say, you know, Behemoth had himself a Void Talisman for that fight. Unfortunately, the fight then occurred. But he did have it that round. I'm not too sure if he popped it at all, but he did go down in fairly short order. We do have a Frostfield plate now on the Hellbringer, just further increasing his tankiness at this point. The Coldras was a big item there for Dr. Repulsor, as well as Aston L. Aston L was the first death on that team fight, so she got focused down really quickly. She may need to invest in a Shrunken Head or a Void Talisman of her own. You know, really, who do you want to defend against? Do you want to defend against your the Dr. Repulsor, or do you want to defend against the very crit heavy, because she's up to, no, not level 3 Rift Shards, but, you know, Arachna is a very dominant force as well right now.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult, especially if Arachna can, if they get a good initiation off, they can win any team fight very easily. If they get the combination between Behemoth and Hellbringer off, and then, you know, have Dr. Repulsor jumping in there with Arachna DPSing in the back, that's just going to be huge. It's going to be extremely difficult, and I think for the Legion, it's very important to pick off one of their main initiators, or one of the Hellborn's main initiators before the fight actually happens. Prayer is pretty scary at this point. He deals a lot of damage with his ultimate, and with you know, he's going to be extremely difficult, but he needs to either find one of the initiators in the beginning, or they need to focus down Arachna extremely fast, because otherwise she's going to just out DPS, in my opinion. I believe, at least.
This is a curious build here on Pharaoh. I know it is popular to get himself a puzzle box, you know, trap in someone with your mummy wall, get the Hellfire going, and then pop some really high damage minions, but I'm a little surprised that we don't have a barbed armor on him yet. I mean, it is almost 50 minutes into this game.
Yeah, I think that the puzzle box is an extremely powerful item. If you pick it up early on in the game, like you finish it off before like 30-minute mark, then it's very, very strong. It kind of gets worse the longer the game goes, and it is relatively expensive. So I mean, it will help them. It will help them a lot. Probably, as you said, the barbed armor would have been better, or even, you know, something more expensive. Like, oh my god, what would I suggest? I don't know. It is okay. I think they can work it, but I could, for instance, a Frostfield plate at this point would help a lot, I think, because of the major slow that you can get on the enemy team, screwing with the positioning of Arachna and everything.
I was just looking at the minimap. I was just highlighting some words here for the viewers. But Dr. Repulsor did like some kind of Superman flyby down here in the bottom lane. He did ping to his team that, you know, they are down. Wow, he jumps super far, doesn't he? Oh,
yeah, look at his items. That's so much regen.
When did he pick up a Hellfire?
He picked it up after the last fight, I think. I didn't quite notice it.
Is that his mana regeneration rate? Oh dear God.
Yeah, it's 50%, so it's stupid because of all the extra regen that he gets. Like, he gets 200% from Coldras, he gets 225% from Hellflower, he gets 200%. You know, you do the maths, it's gonna be a lot. So,
well, that's at least 600%, plus the chilling presence from Glacius. That's another 2 a second. Ridiculous.
That's a lot. And that's why... Yeah, that's why the chilling presence is so good on him. But because if you multiply that, that's 2 times, let's say, 6.25. You know, that's 12, 15 mana regen per second when Glacius is alive. And that does so much for Dr. Repulsor because he can just ult permanently and is basically, you know, impossible to catch at this point.
Take note, guys. This is why you ban Dr. Repulsor. He can just really snowball into something of a monster. I mean, 17 kills, 7 deaths, 9 assists. He's been part of 16 of the 36 kills on his team, and it's just like ridiculous farm right now.
He deals also a lot of. Look at his auto attack damage. It's also very high at this point. He deals around 275 auto attack damage and 1.5 attacks per second. Especially, he can focus down targets extremely quickly because he can health flower them and colder sheep sticks them. And I mean, Witchslayer can't survive that, and neither can Myrmidon really.
He actually does more listed auto attack damage than Predator, but of course Predator has Carnivorous and an Insanitarius to boot. Oh, they did find Dr. Repulsor thanks to something. How do they find Dr. Oh, okay, there's a ward right here by Pillows. Okay, I was going to say, that's quite the blind ultimate that Pharaoh just threw, and even popping his puzzle box minions. Of course, I'm not too sure if he's expecting any follow-up, but Dr. Repulsor easily gets out of that. No problem at all. And both teams are kind of just chilling at this point. I think we are waiting for... Congor, speak of the devil, he is back alive. This is probably going to be a big turning point in this game. Whoever can take this next Congor, there's most likely going to be a fight going down. But whoever can take it, big advantage to them.
I give the advantage in that point to the Hellborn, because they have the Malphus, so they can go in there, and with Malphus you're always a lot safer in the Congor pit because you can counter initiate so quickly, and you can basically react to anything. And because of the radius is so big, you can often catch people that are pretty far away from the Congor pit. So the Hellborn have definitely an advantage there. Also, finally, Riftshot's level 4 on that Arachna. She's dealing quite the damage right now.
Wow, even more than Dr. Repulsor. But this is ridiculous damage counter to the Hellborn. I don't know. Their late game might be enough to trump Infused here and take back this game into their favor.
Yeah, it's really that that Predator at this point, he needs like a major DPS item. He's got good items, but he's got nothing that just focuses on DPS. And you can see now the Hellborn, they know, oh look where Dr. Repulsor is positioned, look where Hellbringer is positioned. That is so good. So they only have Arachna in the middle out of there. And, you know, they get the Congor kill, and oh no, oh no.
Oh, Pharaoh tried so very hard to get in there and grab that token. I don't quite think he did, and now this is going to be looking really, really bad for Infused. Predator, he's still alive, but not going to be enough, and Behemoth, he goes down. That's alright, but Malphus right in that pit. Nemesis coming out. Aston L, you need to get out of there, dude. One more blink, he should be alright. Depends on how much mana right now Korok can spare, but it's not going to be much. Aston L and Pillows, they get out of that, or maybe Pillows. Did he teleport out of that, or did he die? I'm not too sure. Big advantage right now, though, to EzPz. If they can push down this next tower and start cracking the base, they still got 30 seconds at least until Pharaoh's up 60 until Predator's around.
So they got the token.
And they got who picked up the token? Repulsor or Arachna?
Repulsor.
Yes, he did. Yes, I can hear myself. That's awesome.
Sorry.
Tower does go down, though. Look at this Repulsor. No fear. Well, so much for the token, right?
Yeah. That's you know, you get cocky, but he's alive right now, and, you know, they can take this. Oh, these racks are dead for sure. Because there's, like, still 30 seconds on Predator, and that's the only one that can really defend it. Pharaoh really has nothing. Witchslayer has nothing. Witchslayer. Oh, and look, Hellflower, that goes so quick. You know, 20% extra damage, people really underestimate that. That's a lot. 20%. Holy crap, you know.
This could very well be GG right here, Luke. I mean,
honestly,
such a huge push.
I think it's GG at this point. Predator's back up now. Let's see if they try to make something happen there. Ooh, Arachna. Oh, getting stumped by the carp. Oh, shit.
Oh, it will be Captain Boner picking that up with his charge and his ultimate. I mean, he deals a good amount of damage right there. He's not going to be able to stun that Hellbringer in time, so not quite GG, but definitely missing their middle racks. Infused has taken a turn for the worse in this game. The experience and gold lead was decimated in that big Congor fight and the push. Right now, big gold advantage to EzPz. Korok
look at Dr. Repulsor's inventory. This is ridiculous.
Oh, he picked himself up a HoN's blade. When did that happen?
I don't know. it gives him a lot of extra intelligence again.
Oh my gosh, just destroying Captain Boner at that denied tower, so punishing him for that. Yikes.
He could kill everyone that doesn't have a shrunken head. Unfortunately, Predator has one. But Predator doesn't have the damage right now. He's really lacking in the damage department. I mean, he's got the -5 armor from the aura, so that's increased his damage even further. But he can't live up to Arachna, and he really can't live up to Dr. Repulsor at this point. And that's really difficult for... You know, it's going to be extremely difficult for the Legion to handle this. They need to get a perfect team fight off. And
you need like a Frostburn or a Frostwolf Skull or something here on the Predator, or a Shield Breaker. One of the two to just get him back in here.
Yeah, I think Shield Breaker would be a very good choice because his ultimate also reduces armor. So you have
Dr. Repulsor. Jesus. Oh, he actually didn't kill that. Oh my god, what a turnaround there. I was really expecting to see destruction right there. Out comes the Malphus, though. They're going to try to go right on here. Korok is actually really underfunded right now with that new... Wow, that was actually quite the turnout. I really did not expect that to happen. But this could be Infused. Big chance to go and get that revenge Rax.
Oh my god.
Wow, did you see that coming?
Yeah, nope. I think the problem was I catched it on the glimpse of an eye. I was just, you know, scrolling back there, but I think Dr. Repulsor overextended there. He went in there too fast, and then he got chain disabled. And you know, he's pretty strong, but when it comes to, you know, he's got only, you know, 2,000 life, and you know the Legion can pull through that pretty quickly, especially with the armor reduction that pair offers at this point. So I know, you know, you want to rely on the initiation that you have, which is Behemoth and Hellbringer, and get those going, and then jump in with Dr. Repulsor at this point, I believe.
Well, that Ward of Sight was actually within the tower's sight range. Now, we did have a whole bunch of people buy back, but Dr. Repulsor is the important figure who's still not here. Does look like Arachna's up on the chopping block, but he goes down ridiculously
fast.
That's
Rax. That's mid-Rax for.
I know we still got 23 seconds here until Dr. Repulsor is going to be coming up, but at this time, he might be the only one. No, Arachna buys back immediately, and now he's going to be putting down the pain here on this Predator, but Predator is doing a great job keeping himself alive. They do find the real Arachna. She goes down right again, and now it does look like Predator finally going to be dropping 5 seconds until this Repulsor, and the tower and Raxes get out virtually untouched.
Yeah, very nice use that Prayer got killed by the illusions, which deal a lot of damage right now. Oh, look at that!
I can't even keep up with Dr. Repulsor as he jumps halfway across the map, and now he's going to be exacting revenge on his Aston player.
God!
I tried so hard to keep scrolling there.
Yeah, I was like, whoop. Did he see somebody there? And that was it. I think he even Hellflowered there. It's so much damage then coming out of him. And it was so important. If Arachna wouldn't have bought back, that would have been at least top Rax. And it was very good from Arachna to buy back. Even though she died, she was the only one that she knew she was the only one that could afford them the DPS at that point to come back and to defend the Rax. She did so. She died. Not too bad. She took down Predator, which is also very important. So, yeah, very, very well played there. Very nice buyback as well.
Whatever advantage Infused could have gotten out of that push, it was just too squandered, I think. Just too many buybacks, too much gold going down. And now, I mean, we're putting on the herd here. Korok's crew has this tower and Raxes in mind, and that would make a 2-Rax lane advantage. Predator, I think, finally just bought back. But look at his health. He just goes down so very quickly. He's still alive, actually. And Captain Boner going to take a kill. I have to eat my words here. Predator is really coming back up with his hit points, doing so much damage, and oh dear, whatever advantage EzPz.
Well, this game is ridiculous.
It's just going back and forth so much. Look at the experience and gold lead right now for Infused. 17,000 experience,
yeah, it goes so
gold. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know why they pushed without Arachna. I think they believed that Predator didn't have buyback gold.
I'm pretty sure he bought back. I don't think he was supposed to be up for another 30 seconds.
Wait. He did survive that fight because of the insane lifesteal. Look at him. Look at him. He's got so many items before him lifesteal, so he can live. If you don't finish him off, he's just gonna be there with half.
He was like 1 pixel of hit points, though. I mean, I really expected him to go down right there, but no, he just did not want to. Oh.
No.
We might see Hall of Fame material right here, sir. 55-44 is the score. Infused Esports really trying not to give up any advantage they can here. And now we're looking at a very similar fight that we just had. Arachna's the only defender up. We are going to have Behemoth and Glacius up. We still got 30 seconds for Korok, though. And, I mean, he just does not have the gold to come back.
Very nice with the illusion. He hopes that they will blow some major disables on the illusion. That's why he was microing or like map, but they know that they need the Doctor Repulsor at this point. It's 15 seconds. It's gonna be they can't pick the fight without him. So yeah, the melee racks go down. It's so quickly at this point. 6 seconds.
They're not even gonna bother with the ranged.
Yeah, the melee racks do the most for you. So that's gonna stop them from worrying about all the time. And I think they have the Congor time. These teams always know when the Congor is. That's why they're gathering there. But no, I don't think they will do that right now. It would be pretty.
Check out the ward placement right now from the Legion. So many wards out and about. They really do not want to get caught here by Repulsor. And this is exactly what the wards want to do. They want to pick him off again. Oh dear, that was really way too much overextension from Dr. Repulsor.
He plays so well. He plays so well in the beginning, but he got caught so many, like 3 times in a row right now. And you can't do that if you're the main carry of your team. Like, he was doing so much damage, but now it's just too much. Arachna tries to do some work, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Now they finally come back for the range. Are they going to rotate? No, I don't think they will rotate, but it has Congor respawn? No. When did Congor go?
They have to push this advantage. I mean, right now they have 70 seconds until 2 heroes come back alive. It's only Arachna and Glacius, and a 5-on-2 fight is just easily going to force a genocide if they can get this. So in comes Aston L. They did wait for the creep wave. They didn't want to do any backdooring. Admirable of them. But I don't know. They might just go straight for the defense tower snipe. No, they are going to rotate down south. Pharaoh is going to be tanking this, but it won't really matter. This tower just goes down so very quickly. Beefy creeps are going to be hitting these shrine towers. This is most likely GG right here, folks.
Yeah, it was. I think that actually the Korok crew had this game sacked pretty much. Basically I won it, but then again, the extremely aggressive play from Dr. Repulsor, which is understandable because he needs to play very aggressive. You know, he got picked out 3 times before the fight really happened, before he could really go to work, and that just cost him so much. And now they have mega creeps. That's GG. This is not going anywhere. This game is, unless they do a massive rage push. I think they're just like, oh no, this can't be over, and just trying to do something. But no, look at the creeps. It's just way too powerful. Oh god.
I'm going to make sure I know exactly where Korok's going. It would be amazing if he could just jump right down to the Nexus and start right down to the World Tree and just start taking it out. But I don't quite think he can jump that far, even with his insane mana regeneration.
With two ultimates, he probably could, but at this point, it's just nearly impossible. Probably their plan is like, he's like, yeah guys, come on, we defend, and then we win a team fight, and I'll just jump there and kill the Nexus. But
check out this Predator.
Yeah. It's
just soloing Congor by himself.
Yeah, I think that's very important for them. They know that you know that if sloppy play will cost them the game. They take out, who did they take out? They take Pharaoh at this point. So, but they know that they cannot play overconfident because that's what cost the Hellborn in the game. At this point, they know that they want every advantage that they can have. They have mega creeps. They have the token. It's pretty much GG. Pharaoh is either has buyback gold or he has it very soon, so even if they win the team fight, they can immediately defend, as well as Wretched Hag has the buyback gold. So yeah, I don't see this game going anywhere anytime soon, especially with look at the creases, just so much. That's too much to handle at this point.
Here we go. Winged Courier here for Mingo has a symbol of rage recipe. I was wondering really wondering what he spent his gold on, because he has less than what I did notice him before, but he had no extra items. Symbol of rage to go with, a new token of life, and mega creeps to boot. Right now, next push, this is most likely going to be ending this game, but hey, I mean, never say never. Right now, we do not have any concedes coming out. It's just very unlikely at this point. 24,000 experience, 18,000 gold, and mega creeps with a Congor token. I don't know.
Yeah, the good thing for the Legion right now is that they're in no way need to push, because, you know, the creeps are so pushing so easy. Just, you know, just look how these mega creeps obliterate any kind of other creep wave. So it just doesn't matter. And they can push them passively if the creep wave comes anywhere to him, like this Asnell is doing now. He nukes down a creep wave that gives him, you know, accelerates the pushing, and now the Hellborn are stuck in their tower, in their base, and the Legion have free reign over the map. They can do whatever they want, basically at this point. Yeah, this is, you know, Korok says,
"Come at me, bro."
The problem, yeah, when he takes him, oh well, no, it's just about. Yeah, which I was just saying, that's like the only thing that they even more need would probably be a haste rune. That'd be pretty ridiculous on that prayer. But what basically is now what Korok said is turtling time. This is not turtling. This is just hanging on in your life. Good, you know, turtling is something else. However, you know, that's what they're hoping for, is basically we win one team fight and they can't buy back. Only problem is prayer again is pretty close to his buyback gold. I don't know what Asnell has spent his money on. Let's look at the wing carrier. Oh, look at this. Oh.
Frostwolf Skull. Good times.
Oh, yeah, Jesus Christ. Somebody's picked up a Behemoth's Heart. Myrmidon. Oh,
really?
No.
Oh,
yeah,
wow. And a barbed armor. Whew.
Yeah, they have two heroes. Oh no, prayer is not quite above. They got like basically all of their heroes basically above the 2,500 HP mark, apart from Wizlayer now. But yeah, look at it, they're like really tanked out. This game is insane. Like I think the Hellborn are just playing for the lols. It's got to be that. But Dr. Repulsor doesn't give it up. He buys the Rift Shards now. And now
Dr. Repulsor has Rift Shards. Oh dear. You know the game has gone on way too long when.
Yeah, but this is GG. The Legion are gonna push this now. That's over.
The Legion don't even have to hit the towers at this point. The creeps are doing the job for them. They're just going to keep the Hellborn here a little occupied, as now the Sacrificial Shrine is finally going down. So out comes Malphus. There's a Behemoth. People are going to die, but this shrine is going to go down. So we do have Myrmidon. He's just running around. Behemoth pops his Void Talisman. It's not going to save him, whatever. Smackdown going down. Some tower diving going down. And there goes the shrine. Ooh, they did pop the Pharaoh.
They did pop that, huh? Yeah. It was a good game, though.
60-minute game. 66-minute game. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. EzPz being taken out here by Infused Esports. They will move on here to the semifinals up against, I don't actually know who up against, but hey, you can find out if you stay tuned with us as we go on to the semifinals here at the GameReplays.org Season Tournament 3 Series. This is the 4th qualifying round, so we are going to be starting to award some points to whoever keeps on going from here, and those points will get you hopefully a place in the Invitational at the end of all of this. So Luke, thank you once again for joining me here today, and shall we go on to the semifinals?
Yeah, we should definitely.
All right, so guys, we'll see you there.